Hello everyone, I am so glad that you're here. Welcome back again to my YouTube channel. Thanks for joining me in. Today's topic for discussion is so important or interesting to talk about. So let's dive right in. Hello. So today's topic for discussion is Bollywood's impact on modern relationships. I had already prepared this video previously, and I wanted to post it on Wednesday so that my next video comes out on Friday or Saturday. But there was some issue. I had already shot this video, but I was outdoors when I was shooting this video, so there was a lot of wind noise. So I have to create a couple of videos for myself again, uh, if that makes sense. So I was really interested in talking about this video, and I didn't want to post the previous video because you know, there was a lot of disturbance with wind, and personally I wouldn't want to watch a video with such a huge wind disturbance. So if you like mental health topics more than any other topic, or if there's another topic that you would want to see next in my videos, do comment below. Do you want to see a different variety? Do you want to talk see more about relationships? Do you want to see more about a healthy recipe? Do you want to see more about my travel, my wedding? What do you want to see? Do comment below. So let's start on this topic. It's a very interesting topic, and before starting this video I would want you to not be triggered by anything I say, and just keep a check on your body that in what I am saying are you getting triggered. So there might be some things that I say, or I'm not saying with the intention of triggering you, but because some things are actually true with our life, we human beings get triggered because someone is telling us something and we do not want to hear it, but it's actually true about our lives. So just keep an open mind about this topic. And our today's topic is Bollywood's impact on modern relationships, and I have my notes here ready with me. And before diving in, I would also want to say that I'm not just talking about Bollywood, or I'm not saying that Hollywood is better or Bollywood is better or some other countries movies and TV series are better. No, I'm just talking specifically about Bollywood. What are the cons of the movies we see, and just be not affected by sometimes we see a lot of Bollywood movies, and some things actually impact us a lot more, our way of thinking, our way of being as an individual as a whole. So I would want you to keep watching this video with an open mind. Okay, so I'll be looking at a few notes that I have written along with this as we go through this video. So the first point that I would like to start with this video is a girl's no means yes, and yes means she's too easy to get. So we've seen a lot of movies that in Bollywood that says that okay, a girl's no means yes. That means I have a right to pursue her further. We have never been taught in our movies that no means no. If someone is saying no to you, that means no. And it is not in terms of just relationship, it means in terms of every other area of our life. If your friend is setting a boundary with you, if your relatives are setting a boundary with you, if your family is setting a boundary with you, no means no, right? And we should learn how to respect that, and I wish these things are taught in school as well, to our fellow to ourselves as well as our fellow beings. So this was the first point. So we should always consider that a girl's no means doesn't mean yes, and if she's directly saying yes to you, that doesn't mean that she's too easy and then you start playing games with her. Okay, so this is the first point that I wanted to bring across. Okay, the next point, if you go to more extremes, that means your love is for the person, and which includes fighting over your girl or getting into a competition with other girls around yourself. So getting into extremes for your love has been shown us in, a lot of movies. A lot of, a lot of heroes actually show us that, oh, I'm fighting for this girl, I have to get this girl, I have to, the more I show the other person that, I am into him or I am into her, that means my love for him or her is very strong, and they'll be able to see my love for them, and they'll be coming back, running to me, maybe in some time, maybe in 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. How do you even like hearing the sound of it? Does it sound logical at all? Does it sound that you are also being respected as an individual? You can, as I go through this list, you can see a lot of Bollywood movies. I do not want to name those movies, but you get the gist. If you just have all those movie scenes or whatever you're thinking combined into one aspect, you'll be able to see what I am trying to say. I'm not saying some great movie, I'm not talking about some great movies that have come along, because there will be a lot of movies that will be like, okay, this one's good, this one's good. But I don't know, we do not want to get into that detail, but you get the gist of the movies, like some very famous movies that give us what the wrong idea of love actually is. Okay? And third point is we over fantasize what it is like to be in a relationship, how we should be proposed, how to not be an effective communicator in expressing your feelings, how a guy should keep pursuing the girl even if she is with another guy. Let's get into these points one by one, because all of these come under the same category. Point number three. So we over fantasize what the relationship, our relationship should, like, really look like. It's good to, visualize your relationship. I'm a huge in favor of, visualizing, manifesting, because that's what you really want your relationship to look like. But I'm talking about over fantasizing, bringing things in from the movies, some scenes from the movies, that okay, we'll be on the beach, or we'll be I'll be surprising with a couple of people, and it's fine, because I think this part of scene is like over fantasizing for myself, because it doesn't seem realistic to me, or that's my choice. There may be some other scenes that you might be like over fantasizing, so you need to, I know there will be people in your life that go over and beyond for you. It's okay that if you want that, but there is a difference between fantasizing and being a bit realistic, and wanting something more. So you need to have that connection with yourself to recognize what it is. Okay, the next part is how we should be proposed. Okay, we got through that. And next is how to not be an effective communicator in expressing your feelings, because I think in many of the movies we're not communicating directly with the other person. We are getting into fights. We are like, okay, I'm just going off to a faraway land. I'm not talking to you. I am, some this thing happens, that thing happens, and we are not taught, generally in our, personally, because I am from an Indian family, we can call Asian families, or in the Indian families, since we are kids, we have not been taught the importance of effectively communicating with your parents, effectively communicating with your, friends, family. We are good communicators, like it's fine, like we can be social, we can be introverts, we can be extroverts, that's fine. But I'm talking about communicating and resolving conflicts. We are not so good with that. So I think this thing also needs to be kept into mind when we are watching any more Bollywood movies. How is it affecting us? If you see a movie that you were quite a fan of, like when you were kids, now. So every time I watch a movie, I see it from a different perspective, right? uh, every time I see it, it will not be with the eyes I have seen it before. And that's the beauty of seeing movies. Every time I see a series a couple of times, I do not see the series from the same mindset, or because whenever I'm seeing it again, I have evolved into a new person. And that gives me a nudge to tell me that yes, Janika, you have evolved into a new person. And that thing is really beautiful. No worries that people say that, okay, if you're watching the series, you are what do we say, you are stuck in that same circle. You should not watch the same series again and again. That means you're so comfortable in your life, you have this, you have that. No, if you want to watch the same series, there's no one rule that satisfies for all. Every individual is different, and what works for me might not work for you. That's why I am telling you to hear everything I say with an open mind and ability to uh, take out certain pieces and add it into your life, so that you can improve your life, maybe 0.5% better, maybe 0.01% better, or maybe for someone it might be 10 to 20% better. And we want to reach that level, right? So it's just about observing smaller things. That's why we started with looking at Bollywood's impact on modern relationships, because in the future there might be other things as well which might help us evolve. We cannot just fix our diet, we cannot just fix our I cannot just go to a psychologist, I cannot just go to another someone else basically to solve what is going on with me. Because a dietitian will give you just diet to to solve certain issues. I worked with a dietitian before. You cannot simply take courses, because that course you might be taking might be focusing on something else, but it might not be looking at into your maybe diet. It might not be looking at your sleep routine. It might not look at your sleep hygiene, that thing. Okay. And if you just go to a psychologist, maybe you're just going so deep into your past wounds that you are not able to you're not being action oriented. And that's what life coaches actually do. They help you be action oriented, but they do not dive so deep with you into your past issues, right? Personally, for me, I like to work with people who want to change their lives, who do not want to just tell me a sob story about their life. I am hugely empathetic with them, and I have huge empathy with them, that whatever struggles they have been with in their life, but we want to move forward. There might be some instances where we'll be looking at past issues in their life, but not always. If we are looking at past issues as well, we should the person does not only come to me for discussing the past issues. They want to move forward in their life. They should have a growth mindset. I think that's the best thing I want to describe all my clients. Okay. Next, I think we already talked about one of the other things, that is how a guy should keep pursuing the girl even if he or she is with another guy. That's also a huge thing psychologically, that I have noticed with a lot of Bollywood movies, that person is in a relationship and you intentionally go in and try to dissolve that relationship. You try to dissolve that relationship. So that isn't in itself an act of love. Okay, you might be coming from some other mindset and some other things, because that's what you have been watching throughout your life. That's what you have been being with, those type of people around your life who have this sort of mindset. Maybe there might be some issues that might have happened in your family, in your friends, and in your other life, that has led you into this type of conditioning. But everything can be changed. There were a lot of issues in my mind as well. This is my story. I have also changed for the better. Nothing is impossible to change. Nothing is too difficult for you to change. I'll be talking about this, in another topic. What sort of mindsets I have overcome for myself, and how did I overcome those mindsets for me. It might be not the same path for you, but once you get a path from a person, maybe you are someone who knows me personally, and I mean, you might be someone who's a complete stranger to me who's watching this video, but I want you to think of that. If I can do this in this way which I'm telling you, the path which you have to follow will not be too far, right? You also have to reach the same destination, or you may not reach the same destination as where I am in my mindset. Maybe you have a huge growth mindset. You go far beyond than that, and that's a wonderful thing. But you have to find your path. You have to work through your hurdles in your life, right? Okay, so we have deviated from the topic quite a lot, so yeah, let's get into it again. So our fourth point here is, if you get rejected, you try guilt tripping, you try harder, you try stalking, etc. And again, I do not want to tell you that in my mind I have a lot of movies that have basically taught us this, not taught us, but maybe molded our minds into this. So if you get rejected, you try to again tell the same person that you try to guilt trip that, okay, you have done this, now I'll show you who am I, now I'll show you who this person is. So that's not a very healthy thing for you to do to yourself. That's not a very healthy thing for you to do for yourself, for your own well-being. You have come into this world as alone. You have to go out of this world, or wherever, whatever, however your whatever happens in our afterlife, you have to be there alone. No one will be able to hold your hands even out in the afterlife. From the beginning of your life till the end of your life, you are alone. You have people around you that will be loving you, but you have to travel alone first to know yourself, and also to help the individuals that you love around you to grow as well. Okay, so you should not be there might be situations where you might try harder and all that stuff, but I'm saying that don't make the mistake of spending your whole identity, changing your whole identity, and be in that frame of mind for so long that it starts eating you from inside, that it starts changing you as a person from inside. So that's my thinking here as well. The next part is, if you're sad or had a breakup, oh my god, I love this point because it resonates with a lot of, I've seen a lot of people resonating with this aspect, that if you are sad or you had a breakup, you listen to more sad songs. Okay? Be with me here. More sad movies, instead of showing how to cope with your emotions by feeling it out, and not over exaggerating and trying to consciously take a stand coming out of it. So what this means is that in a lot of movies they tell us that something bad happens, right? Something bad happens. Just imagine any movie, in front of you. Something bad happens, and what happens next? You listen to sad songs. The hero is going around, or like someone is sitting like this, and they're just, listening to sad songs. I think there are very few Hollywood movies. I'm not comparing a lot like Hollywood versus Bollywood, but whatever I'm thinking in my frame of mind, I haven't seen many Hollywood movies where they try to condition your mind as such. Something happened. I don't know if they're trying to do it intentionally or not, but these are my observations from there. They try to, something bad happens, there's a sad song. Something bad happens, and there's another thing bad that accompanies that. And if you see your real life as well, if someone has said something to you in your workplace, you've had a breakup, your crush has something, your crush has got into a new relationship, and so what do we do next? Even if you're traveling by your car, or you are in your office, or at night when you're feeling lonely, what do? You put on your earphones and you listen to sad songs. Who is guilty of this? Write down in the comments below. Just raise a hand down below, or you can just press the like button, or you can just hit subscribe button down below. Anything will work here. So I know a lot of people, we are very guilty of doing those things, and everyone has done that at certain point in their lives. And I'm not saying that you are too kiddish or you are so childish, because that's a part of life. You did not know that, you did not focus on that this thing can happen as well. That society somehow conditions us in a lot of ways, and we want to get out of that rut. We want to get out of that conditioning, because we do not want to be like individuals around us. We do not want to be, personally, I do not want to fall into um, you know uh, the the circle of common people. I'm not saying that's bad, but I have huge dreams for myself. And if you have huge dreams for yourself as well, you will try getting out of your conditioning. Your if we say that, suppose you are approximately my age, around my age, you're around 25 or 26. So unconsciously you've been getting conditioned for all these 25 years. Can you imagine how hard it is for people to come out of that conditioning? How hard is it for people to overcome that conditioning? So suppose you get so mature that in the age of 18 you realize that, no, this is how my life should be. This is, or in the age of 19 you realize this is how my life should be. But have you ever gone back in your train of thoughts and checked for yourself, or introspected on yourself, that all these, when a kid has been born, and since 5 years, since 10 years, we we're conditioned according to what our parents tell us, what our teachers tell us, what sort of friends we are with, and we never question anything in our life. And that has got us into this conditioning. But as we, and it's not too late right now, even if you've been conditioned for 25 years, I'm not saying that it's late, but it might take it might take uh, some time. For some people it might take, maybe for some person it might take a week, it might take a month, or a few months, or a few years for some people as well. There've been a lot of conditionings in which I it's taken for me a couple of years to go through by, or a couple of months to go through by, because when we are growing, we're not just growing in terms of that, okay, I want to be intelligent, I'm learning more things, because there's no end to that, right? We can focus on a couple of things in our life, but there's no end to happiness. If I say that, okay, I'm a joyful person, there's no end to that. I've been studying a lot of courses. I've been doing a lot of, and I've done a lot of introspecting with me as well. And now I think, like, why do you want to put an end to you being joyful? Why do you want to put an end to you being intelligent? Why do you want to put an end to you being diligent? Why? There are no limits in this life. But what we can do is we can set a goal for ourselves, and we can move towards the goal. I want to have a more growth mindset. I want to be a better person. And as we go through the series of this YouTube, you have to decide that for yourself, because the upcoming videos won't be helpful to you, as not they won't be helpful to you at all if you don't take a decision for yourself. Okay, I'm just if you want to listen to the videos, that's fine as well, but I'm trying to tell you how to get the maximum usage of these these videos, and this time, maybe 30 minutes or 20 minutes or 10 minutes you spend on any of the videos that I create. Okay, next, this is the last point, that says that because of over fantasizing, we create a fake story of our crush in our mind that is totally opposite to the nature of the person or the actions of the person. So sometimes we get, one is over fantasizing and one is, over fantasizing and creating a fake story in our mind. That, and if I give you an example of the fake story in our minds, is that, okay, so something is happening in the Bollywood movie, and suddenly what happens is that you go into that dreamland, and suddenly you are dancing with your crush, suddenly you're having a rain dance with him or her, or you something of this sort, right? um I'm actually okay, it's fine. So, creating a fake story of a person in your mind, that is not actually true. That is not really true at all. It is fine if you're manifesting, if you're finding a dream person for yourself. It's good to imagine all that for yourself. You can imagine for yourself that the person, my dream person is is spending a lot of time with me. My dream person and I are going on a lot of date nights. He or she values what what quality time is. He or she is a good communicator. He or she communicates with me easily. We resolve our conflicts in a very communicative way. These are the things that you can imagine for yourself. This is how you create a fantasy world with a person that can be realistic as well. And if you're in movies or something, that it can happen for you as well, that you're going and doing a rain dance with your crush. That's a different story. And that's what I was going to say, that that's what I'm laughing, that I don't know how suddenly the rain dance, I don't know which movie or something, rain dance came into my mind for this. So, and one more important thing I want to tell you is that there's a huge difference. As I mentioned, there's a huge difference between manifesting and over fantasizing, right? So you need to have that line, you need to recognize that line uh, that you have. Because manifesting is, you are creating a realistic, beautiful life for yourself, and you know what you are capable of. You have worked on your belief systems, right? And then you let go. A lot of people don't know how to let go. I can create a separate video as well if you want. You can comment below. But let go is like this, you've just, you have manifested that, okay, I want this dream relationship. I want a person to be a good communicator. I want a person to take care of me. I'm taking care of him or her. Everything, you have all these dreams, and you just let go. And you also become a person that is ready to receive that when it comes. Okay. And over fantasizing is you are holding a lot, holding it as like this as hard as possible. You're over fantasizing. You are daily, every day you hold on to like the rope or whatever it is, like this. And if you've been doing this for quite some time, if you've been doing it for, maybe it's been a couple of seconds for me, and my hands have started to, sort of pain as well. But can you imagine the same analogy for something that you've been holding on for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years? Can you imagine how difficult it is to first of all let go, to do like this, and then you have to work on your wounds on your hands, and then you want to then learn everything again, to how to let go, not think about it, so that do not grab onto the rope again. So I think these were all my thoughts regarding Bollywood's impact on relationships. I hope it gave you a food for thought going into this weekend. And do write some comments down below, because as you like this video, as you subscribe to this video, and as you write down the comments, it gets shown into like more people who might be looking for certain this type of content, and it can be helpful for anyone out there in the world. So you never know whose page this video lands on, and who might reap the benefits of listening to this video. And at last, I would like you to know that I am offering free one-on-one coaching to 5 people this month. And To get into the free coaching for this month, for this upcoming month, I would want you to go to my Insta page, either send me a DM directly there, or you can send me an email on my email address, because this will be 4 to 5 sessions and we'll be going through all your mindset changes, all your belief systems. We'll be focusing on other aspects of your life as well. We'll be looking at relationships, we'll be looking at your diet, your sleep schedule, your what aspects in your spirituality we can work on. So we have a 360-degree view in terms of our holistic wellness. So we'll be looking at a lot of things, and these sessions, 4 sessions will be these long sessions, and then one session will be the introductory session, where when you send your email or DM that you're interested, also mention that what are you interested in working on, and what issues have you been facing, so that my team can recognize which people should I be working with. And there are just 5 spots that are available for the next month, because others are filling fast enough. And yeah, I want to work with as many individuals as possible, and I'm not working with anyone of whom I know, right, in my immediate circle or anyone. So completely, it will be completely, I'll be working with completely strangers. And I think that's very helpful in if you're working with complete strangers, because you do not know their life and they do not know yours a lot, and it's very helpful if you try to help the people like this. So either send me an email to my email address, send me a message on Messenger, send me a DM on Instagram, and I'll be there for you. And yes, so I think that's the end of this video. I hope you liked it, and I really hope you were not triggered in this video, and if you were able to recognize that in your body, and you will for sure be coming back to my YouTube channel even after getting triggered. So do like, subscribe, and share it with people who might actually like this video, and I hope to see you soon in my next video. Do let me know what sort of video do you want to watch next, and I'll be there next week. So thank you for spending a lot of time watching my video. Bye bye.